and that one. Yay! Right, we're broadcasting. I've been really having problems with Hangouts, so I'm going to close it so I can't see who's coming in and who's not, and it starts crashing and stuff. I don't know why, but it's a real pain in the arse. So if I drop out, you'll know why. It's Hangout in a pain in the arse. Right, there's a couple of links to give to people. There's another one. Still sorting stuff out, so. Right. So, everyone, welcome to Shooting the Shit, episode 76, I think. Maybe. No, definitely
not.
It's almost starting, it is. Okay, shut up. It is. For definite. I know these things. Because on my computer it says the last one was 75, so...
That's generally how these things work.
Yeah, so if you count up, it might work. I'm sure...
One day you'll get the hang of adding one. I believe in you.
Yeah, but sometimes I get confused because some softwares have the last 2 weeks ago's one, and some has it like this, so I can get confused. It's like which one is it?
I believe in you, Moonblade.
It's definitely 76.
I believe in you.
Anyway, so what I've been doing, I've been having a good time this week and last week of playing games. Yeah, because a lot of games sort of came out. So there was Doom, which is fucking awesome, which I've completed now. Yay. Sort of happy that I've completed it, but not happy because I was enjoying it. So
you wanted it to be longer.
No, I sort of like dump games after I've completed them. You know what I mean? I don't rarely ever go back to them. So there's that. Overwatch is now a bit better. People are actually knowing how to fucking play the game now. Because before it was annoying. No one was acting as a team. They were all just running in and getting slaughtered all the time, which doesn't work. So I left that and played Doom instead for a bit. And now that that's been out for about a week, it seems to be getting a bit better. The teams seem to know what they're doing a wee bit more. But again, because it's a team game, you have to actually get a team that knows what it's doing. So it's quite annoying when you've got a team that isn't doing what you're supposed to do in that game, and you're the only one that's trying to do shit, and then you're wondering who your fucking team is when you're expecting them to be behind you.
That's why I don't do multiplayer only games, and I never will. Even Team Fortress 2 has a fucking training thing and all that kind of shit. And you can play against bots. I mean, they may not be the most intelligent things, but at least you can fucking get the hang of all the different classes and stuff without having to play God knows how many fucking games and people like you complaining. But it's like, how the fuck else are you going to find out?
No, I know, but there is a bot way of doing this one. Like, you can play with the bots as well. But it's people don't. They don't do that. They have no clue. They jump in and just run and gun for kills and then wonder why their team loses.
I see.
God damn it. And there's different classes, and if you don't have the right set of sort of classes and stuff, you can't really...
Wait, there's a person that came in that I don't know. I don't know this person. I don't think I know this person.
No, I'm Darkstar.
Yay! That's all our person was given the link to.
Okay.
Hi, and welcome.
Hello, person.
Hi.
May need to boost your audio a little bit.
Hold on, let me... Is that any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm just sort of organising everything. What's her name's coming in? Miss Shadowpaint, is that the right one?
Lisa Shadowpaint, yes. Or Shadowpaint Lisa.
Yes, so she's coming in. Yeah, anyway, yeah, so Overwatch is really good. When you get a proper team and the other side's got a proper team, man, it can go on for a wee bit, but it's fucking good fun. And when you get a stalemate like that, you can change characters because there's like 20 odd characters, and there's always a character to counteract whatever the other team's doing. Whether that's like a tank or like a big machine gun thing that shoots everything.
Gatling gun?
Like whatever, snipers and stuff. So yeah, it's quite well balanced because it's Blizzard, right? And it's quite good. That's what I like about it. It's like if you're getting really mauled, there's always a reason why, and it's probably your team's really doing crap and they're not doing what they should be doing, which is supporting each other, or it's because you've not got your team's not got the right characters. So it's quite good. Problem is you need to learn all the characters to be a good player, because then if you're just playing one character all the time, it doesn't really work. Because you've always got to switch up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you play like a lot of different characters, you'll probably be better at like helping your team out. You could still have your favourite characters, but like sometimes like your team might need a healer, so you'd be good if you were good at least with one of the healer type guys. And there is a few to choose from as well, so it's quite good. Like
it's nice that you got a lot of options.
Oh, you've got loads. I think there's 28 characters maybe, and there's like categories. So you've got the attack ones, like the massive attack ones, the tanky ones, the snipers and stuff, and the healers. So there's like 5 or 6 in each category, so it's quite good. It's quite good. I'm liking it.
That makes it more fun, I think, when you got more options. That makes the game more fun.
Yep. It's definitely where all the fun comes from, and the characters are all quite nicely sort of, not like a massive backstory, but they've all kind of got their own wee backstory thing. Like it's.
That's fun.
Tracer got out of the porn industry and into killing people. That's my understanding.
Yeah,
at least you'd think that is what's the case.
Well, Blizzard are trying to stop that, aren't they? That was funny.
Are you inside of a toilet or something, James? Why am I here? Why does your audio sound so weird?
I can't really tell from your end what my audio sounds like, as far as I can tell.
It sounds like you're inside of a toilet. That's why I said that a second ago.
It sounds fine to me. You sound fine to me. You sound normal.
It could be my end. And yes, I know there's background noise on my end. I'm trying to get one more match of Smite in.
I see.
That's TN.
Right, is there a conclusive vote? So, Warmblade, is my audio shit?
No, it's quite well. It's quite good. It's good. And trust me, I know what I'm talking about when I talk about audio.
Savage?
It sounds okay to me.
Well, Lisa, you're wrong.
Well, it's like I said. Hey, I did say it was probably
Turn
on
me
my
apart,
end.
Lisa!
Oh, fuck's sake.
This is bandwidth. It'll be on bandwidth because she's trying to play the game, and that's exactly what it is. Because bandwidth does that.
Too much.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. Playing Doom. Oh, I forgot the Witcher DLC. I played that all day yesterday, the whole day, and I've completed that too. So.
Yeah, Ty and I are talking about getting that.
It's really good, but I enjoyed the other DLC more. Like, it's more Witcher, so that's good. But I just ran through the story part. I didn't check out any of the little side quests and stuff. Because I was just wanting to complete it and see how they would end The Witcher, which is quite smartly done. Yeah.
I will say this, you could tell a lot of love and care went into that game. I mean, they even made the old woman's boobs look good. I mean, do you have any idea how hard that is to make a younger chick's boobs look good, let alone, like, wrinkly and everything? They actually managed to make it look good, so good on you guys.
They're the best game developer ever. They definitely are. They're one of the best, and I hope to God that EA or one of the big ass publishers don't take them over and wreck them like they done to Westwood.
I hope so. I hope that too. Well, I mean, CD Projekt Red actually does listen to their customers, to their fans. So, and we need more companies that actually do that shit.
Well, yeah, and actually make decent AAA games. Like, because there is small companies that listen to their customers, but they're not really making the big ass AAA games. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, to be fair, Witcher 3 sold like a big AAA game, and it got the awards of a AAA game, so I consider it as such, personally.
Well, so did the second. The first one.
I didn't play the second one, so I don't know.
The second one's good too. So is the first.
I don't think I've ever actually seen a cogent definition of what the fuck AAA is supposed to mean, other than presumably the amount of budget going into it. But I don't see.
Well,
it sure as shit ain't gone home. I'll give you that. I'll tell you that. It sure as shit ain't gone home. Which, by the way, if the rumor is true, that will be one of the free PSN games for PS4 this month. I'm not sure how true it is, but I've heard it. I've heard that rumor floating around a bit. I'm gonna go check here in a few, actually.
I can find out. My mate's got the PSN thing. So I'll be able to find out. I stopped paying for that. I just let it run out. I wanted it, but I just stopped playing my PSP, so I just went, nah. And it wasn't my PSP, it's my VR. I always got the PSP now. God damn it.
Well, the cool thing about the PSN is that you can actually have sub-accounts. I basically piggyback off of Ty's PSN Plus account. Unfortunately, that means that if I want any, any of the free games for the month, I have to download them from his account. And I have to tell him, because otherwise, I have to tell him, like, right before I start downloading, because there have been a few times where I've gotten the free game of the month, and I forgot to mention it to him, and he gets home, and he turns it on, he's about ready to kick back and play some whatever, and then he stops and looks at me. Lisa, what the hell is this? Oh, I guess I forgot to tell you about that. Yeah, there's 10 gigs missing now. Sorry. I got a new game. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, it's worth it. The Witcher, the whole package, man. The Witcher 3, because I played the first one. The first one was very clunky combat, but very good. It's a very, very good game. Like the way they put so much in thought into the writing, the quest, is awesome, because you'll do a quest. And then 10 hours later you'll get the consequences of that decision that you made in the quest. Like, it's not like you make a decision and then it happens right away, and then so you just go back to the quick save, right? It'll happen.
It's kind of like life in a way. You don't see the consequences of your actions immediately. Sometimes it can take years before you realize what exactly you have caused with your actions. I like that.
This is kind of what happens in the game, and it's always been the staple of The Witcher. It happened in the first one. The first one was actually one of the first games that ever tried it, I think, and it was brilliant. They all have that, so like you won't know your decision outcome until like quite well further forward. So you've got to weigh it up. Like, do I really like that decision? Do I go back 5 hours and play again from that point and get it done that way? And most of the time, I'm just like, no, fuck it. I'll just run with it, because it's kind of like that's what you decided. So if this is the outcome because you decided that, then you should just run with it. So yeah, it's not like Dragon Age and stuff like that, where you could go back because it was only like maybe 30 minutes before you found out what was going to happen. This is like proper. They've made it so it's long enough that to go back is probably more of a hassle than just to run with it, if you know what I mean.
Is it kind of like in Skyrim where like you don't remember like where you lost Lydia, or she dies and you don't notice that she's dead until like 5 hours later, and you're like, fuck it.
Yeah, but worse than that, because it's actually part of the storyline. Part of like there's multiple like routes the storyline can take, and it depends on what decisions you've made well further back, but you don't find out until like 5 hours later, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty standard. It's pretty standard in a story, if it's like a story-driven RPG. So that is something that's been around for a long while. But obviously, I think we understand where you're coming from.
No, not to this extent, because in BioWare games and stuff, you'll find out like an hour later.
Really depends what ones you're playing. Obviously, there's a huge number out there.
Yeah, well, I'm just sort of the ones I play. For definite, The Witcher's the one that kind of does it. Like, and the decisions are always dark, man. They're like, it's always weird. It's good, like it's not maybe not dark, but the outcome you might be thinking you're doing good, but it ends up that you haven't. If that makes sense.
Just like feminism.
Not quite, but no, you would have to play the games to know what I'm on about. But they're very good. I recommend.
Even with your inept description, I believe I have a fairly good understanding of what's going on there.
The only other thing, it's not sort of, you don't get to choose your character. You are the Witcher, so like that's maybe a downside for people wanting to play an RPG. But apart from that, everything's RPG. The writing is brilliant.
The game that comes to mind when you speak of this is something like Deus Ex.
Yes, but a lot better.
Fuck you.
RPG.
Fuck you. Die.
No.
Yourself.
No, this is a proper RPG set, and like.
Ignore him, James. He's just mad because we all know that Kingdom Hearts is a better game than Final Fantasy.
Of course it is. Of course it is. No, I totally agree with that. I love Kingdom Hearts. It's brilliant.
He's not taking the bait.
Disney didn't stop them putting big swords and stuff for the characters and stuff like that, did they? No, they just gave them a fucking keyblade. Anyway.
I think I played maybe like 15
minutes.
Oh
wait, I think I got that mixed up. I meant Final Fantasy is better.
It is. No, yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
I swear you're such a twat.
I only played Kingdom Hearts for like an hour. I was like, what the fuck is this? And never played it again. And that was the first one. So
yeah, and I played like Final Fantasy 8, I think, and I left at that.
8's fine. 7's better. 9's better than 8. And then 10's shit. And from then on, from after 10, it just goes straight downhill. So, yeah.
10-2 is just absolutely the worst.
The dressy.
Like I couldn't even finish the storyline. I was excited about it because I was like, oh, I know these characters, I liked these characters. Then it was like just awful, and I had to just put down the controller and walk away. Like, no.
The thing I didn't like about 10 is there's no world map. I love the world map in the old games, man. Like
I liked 10.
Airship, and you just go about and you do. 10 was okay, but it was the downfall it was the start of the downfall, where they just went western, where there's just there's no proper big world map, which annoys the shit out of me, because I like running about a world map in Japanese RPGs.
I guess that didn't bother me too much, but it wasn't that. It was just the play and the storyline were just awful in 10-2.
10-2, they were all singers or something. You had dresses and stuff.
I like that I was able to change my outfits in 10-2, and that was like literally the only good thing about the game.
You're a woman.
No, but the rest of it was so bad.
No,
the outfits were nice.
Yeah, like you change dresses like one of the old. I think he played like I don't know some type of Final Fantasy.
As a Tara Strong fangirl, I have to. I kind of have to say that I liked Riku's voice acting too. But I'm a Tara Strong fangirl, so.
I guess I didn't have any complaints with the voice acting, the voices.
Yeah, no. See, I think that spoils it though. Like.
Be happy we didn't have Mr. Awkward Laugh in X2.
I know, but I've got my, like, if voice acting's done really well, it'll be fine. But when it's, like, not that great, it's rubbish.
Yeah.
Like, The Witcher's done very well. And the Western games is done very well, but it's when it's translated, it seems to be the Jap games that are worse for the voice acting. The same with anime. Some of the voice acting in anime is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
True. Some of it's okay, and then some of it's like, oh, I'll just read.
Yeah. But the other thing is the Final Fantasy games, because I got into them early-ish, before they had voice acting and all that, I know what the characters sound like, if that makes sense. So when I watched, like, what was it called? The Final Fantasy 7.
Tactics?
No, the one that came back. The
Children?
anime thing.
Children?
Final Fantasy, it's never going to be final.
God, who hasn't made that joke at least twice in the past 10 years?
I don't know anything about fucking Final Fantasy. I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, the story behind the name is kind of funny. That was, the company was literally about to die out. And so he thought Final Fantasy was going to be the last game the company ever made. Hence the name.
Yep.
No, this is the real Final Fantasy.
Yeah, the first one. The guy, the company was about to go fucked.
Was that Square Enix, or was it something else at the time?
No, it was Square at the time.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, this is before the big merger that made it Square Enix.
And now they're under someone else, as I understand.
No.
Nintendo.
We're still Square.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're not. They don't own their own destiny at this point, if my understanding is correct.
Oh, they definitely do.
Fair enough. So obviously,
massive. Yeah, this Final Fantasy game series saved their ass.
Well, that's only in Japan, right? Because as far as I'm aware, like I thought Final Fantasy VII was like the first that really reached Western shores.
No.
Because that's the only time I ever heard about it.
No, it was one of the first in the UK, but the US got Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah.
I think they might have got another one, but I can't remember.
I think if memory serves, 7 was number 2 for us.
Right, because you've got because Final Fantasy VI over there is called Final Fantasy 3. You must have got another 2.
No, you're right.
But I don't know which ones it was. But I do know that 6 was called 3 because we don't want to confuse the silly Yanks. That's the Japanese explanation for that one.
To be funny enough, Yankee actually means something different. It's basically it's a high school student who's part of a motorcycle gang.
No, that's not even what it means. Okay, that's not even what it means. In different states, Yankee means different things too.
That
If
too,
you're down, if you're in the South, like it's a very derogatory term.
For North, yeah.
Yeah, for North. I don't like to be called a Yankee because I like all my family is like Southern and stuff, and I'll be like, don't you call me that.
Yeah, I
Love
live in
Yankee.
Georgia, so I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I live in Georgia, so I hear it in that context all the time.
So that's how I know Yankee. And then in the North it means something different, and then overseas it means something different, and so I'm just like, okay.
You don't understand. Look, you're all Yankees. That's the way it works. Just deal with it.
I'm not dealing with that. I am not a Yankee.
Yeah, you are.
I was born in Arizona, so I'm not a Yankee.
I was born in the U.S.
You're all filthy colonials who rebelled against the Queen.
Here we go.
I have not accepted your independence. Even though I know that's historically inaccurate, because at that point I believe it was only still the 13 original colonies at the point that it rebelled. So it's not really American Revolution, because most of America didn't exist at that point. It doesn't stop other states from taking credit, does it?
No, I just looked it up. The rumors are true. The 2 games for PS4 this month are NBA 2K16 and Gone Home.
Yay. There you go. So brilliant. You get an awesome
if you wanted to make a video of you playing this and shitting on it without having to pay, here's your chance.
Well, no, because that'd be hard, because then you'd need all the connections and the recording equipment and...
No, not if you had PS4, no. PS4 has it built in.
It has built-in recording?
It has built-in streaming, yeah.
Yeah, but
well, that's the
crap.
Well, that's the big thing that they've been pushing with the new ones, which is all the streaming shit, and because obviously it's big and it's like, oh, well, you can put it on Twitch or whatever, that whole PS4 share thing and all that other bollocks I don't care about.
Right, that's why I don't know about it, because I don't care.
I've heard a lot of people having problems with their PS4 actually recording in any decent quality.
I haven't really had many problems with it. I've done a number of streams with my PS4, so...
I can't really see it being very good quality compared to, like, PCs and, like, stuff like that, because it doesn't have the hardware to do it. Like, to record at 1080 and play a game, even at 30 FPS is... like, quite
let me go find one of the streams I've done on mine, so you guys can see what quality it has.
Well, I'm just going by what it takes to record a video of mine at 30
really, I mean,
bandwidth.
Obviously,
I mean, we're talking about like.
I mean, assuming you have the bandwidth.
Well,
assuming you have the bandwidth, the next bottleneck is really just obviously getting the game encoded and streamed. So assuming they have some efficient way of doing that, which is entirely possible, obviously on a PC you might have software reason, they could have some hardware doing it. It's quite possible they don't, because that would be the easy way to do it, and you know, since the modern consoles seem to be basically PCs in a box, that would not surprise me at all. But assuming you could have an efficient hardware bridge to do it, then it wouldn't necessarily slow down your gaming at all.
It depends. Well, it depends on the hardware internals, doesn't it?
I believe I just expressed that in extreme clarity. I don't know if I need to repeat that.
But no, I'm just talking about like the space for me to record a video at even 30.
Well, you don't need. Well, that's the thing. It's streaming versus recording. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they have like 500 gig hard drives as a minimum now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fucking pennies. 500 gigs now.
Yeah, they're actually coming out with those. The half generation is supposed to have like a 2 terabyte drive on it. Yeah,
that's better. That's more like it. I've got freaking so many terabytes on my computer and I still run out of space.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that porn.
No, it's just games, man. I stream porn. I download porn.
For me, it's like FLAC files.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an audio file. You're going to cause yourself problems there.
I know. Well, I do that all the time. Some of mine are even WAV files because I like keeping them sometimes. like if I can't be asked, it's like fuck it. It's only 13 meg of like a wave file. It's only one song. It'll be fine.
No, I have 4 terabytes across 4 hard drives, which is okay. I have another couple of terabytes on external drives. I don't tend to have a whole load of games installed at once. I basically split my hard drives into basic tasks. So I've got one for pretty much for doing projects, YouTube projects, music projects, any shit like that. I've got another one which is for sort of older games, things that don't really have much in the way of performance requirements, because then I can use my SSDs for running newer games, which it would actually make more of a difference on.
I've got 7 terabyte. That's my external.
I have no idea what I have. It's a computer. It's rectangle-like, and
it's a computer. It does stuff. That's it.
I get to play games on it. I never ran out of space, but then again, when I'm like done and I don't want to play a game anymore, I kind of just take it off and put a new game on. So.
Right.
I'm like a wedding DJ, and I've got like 14 terabytes in like a closet, just for backups. And I used to not believe that audio quality was, impacted by whether it was MP3 or FLAC until you actually hear it coming out of like a 2,000-watt sound system, and it's like, oh my god, that's nasty.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, obviously it depends. Depends on a lot of factors. Type of audio you're encoding, bit rates, of course.
A speaker that's been bashed about and drunks have been kicking shit out of it and stuff like that, you'll not
probably not make a difference. No.
Yeah, but if it's like a proper studio setup, you fucking will.
If you're doing mastering or anything like that, I mean that's what you're going to be doing. Like if you're doing proper professional quality, you're going to have all your video and audio is all going to be uncompressed. And then obviously you mix it down to whatever.
Well, a lot of your larger systems now are actually getting a lot better than they used to be. Like where they used to have a lot of distortion in those 15-inch drivers, they're getting a lot better than they used to be. And the ones that I've actually got, I've got 2 sets of Yamaha actives and 2 sets of passives, and both sound amazing when they're in like a small room, even like as recording monitors. They work equally well. It's just whenever you start really turning them up that you can start hearing the distortion difference between like MP3, MP4, and FLAC.
Which is what you'd expect, because obviously it's the high frequency that is the algorithm is basically taken out because it's harder for humans to hear. So obviously that's going to cause distortions.
Yeah.
Definitely FLAC though. Like if you can't do wave, do FLAC. If you can't do FLAC, then do 320 MP3, and then if you're going below that, just don't bother, because there's no point.
Well, like with karaoke files, I really don't care. I mean, it's not that big of a difference when you're talking about like karaoke files, but when it comes to straight up audio, wave or FLAC all the way.
So. Bit of a change of topic, but considering how a lot of us met each other, I think I wanted to know your guys' opinions on this. The whole thing recently with that chick from Parliament getting butt mad because Sargon said he would never rape her. I'm like, I'm sorry. If someone said they would never rape me, I'd be relieved.
I think actually.
What if that's her fantasy? Like she really, really wants that. That's like her fetish.
Actually, bringing that up, seemingly I've heard a lot of women's fantasy is that. So.
Yeah, there are women who have that fantasy. I'm not one of them, but hey, to each their own.
You can see what my opinion on this is, because somebody else is mentioning Windows 10. I thought this would be
fun. Nice! I've seen
because somebody else is going on about how they were complaining about Windows 10. How do I get Windows 10 to stop fucking asking me to install?
Dude,
but yeah, I mean,
send me that picture. I want that picture so much right now.
Yeah, I put it on Twitter. I've had it on Twitter, but yeah, I'll send you directly. But I mean, basically,
everyone's
the reason why this is...
it's not bad. Like, it's not bad. It works.
Going back to the original, thing. The reason why this has occurred, of course, is simply because of the existence of the word rape. It's just like people who read headlines. They're not actually reading. Nobody fucking actually reads anything. This is the problem. MPs are supposed to be reading all their fucking briefs. They get a big box of shit. Right? You can't read a fucking single sentence and interpret it correctly. Then what kind of fucking MP are you?
What MPs are you talking about? Because I don't know.
I can't remember the bloody name now. It was the one who resurrected, reclaimed the internet.
No, it's that Jesse Phillips or whatever.
That's the one.
Yeah, Jess Phillips or something like that. I don't know.
Look,
I just remember.
I know, but I'm asking. No, that wasn't what I was asking. I was asking them what MPs actually don't just read the headline and actually do the research, because I don't know any. I'm pretty sure that's a problem. To be honest.
Well, I mean, the Huffington Post allowed an article, not the Huffington Post, the New York Times allowed an article to be posted that was basically calling air conditioners sexist. So,
Yeah.
That was calling what?
air conditioners are sexist, apparently.
No, it was men that were sexist because of air conditioning.
Yeah.
Oh, that was because women
actually-
get colder easy or something, wasn't it?
That's interesting because
No,
I've
women
actually been
get
trying to
colder
edit
for
that.
some reason, and to keep the office temperature to the heat that the men want.
It's bullshit. I mean, it's all bullshit.
Sexism.
That's a different way of putting it. But yes, I have actually got that clip because I was editing together a video.
Well, most of the women complaining about this are of whale size and have the fat insulation and shouldn't really be.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, like, men typically have more of a higher metabolism, so therefore we typically feel a little hotter. Women do not. But the thing is that we can't take more clothes off.
Yeah,
Women
I don't know.
put
You
clothes
could
on.
just wear. That's what I do when I'm cold at work. I wear a longer sleeve shirt.
Or put a coat on.
What's wrong with you? Oh, but I don't look sexy and that tough. You're not meant to
You
look.
can still look sexy in a long sleeve shirt. I still get hit on in a long sleeve shirt, so.
But you do. I was trying to.
I love how that made Warblade so, just started stuttering.
Trying to be devil's advocate there. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to be like one of them and just go, but I won't look sexy if I put that on. It's like, but you're at work.
Did you just call women devils here? I think he just did.
No, he said he was trying to be a devil.
That explains a lot more.
Advocate. I was trying to be devil's advocate.
Oh,
Damn it.
joking aside, though.
Damn it.
Just like, my reaction was the same as many others. I was listening to someone's video about it, Wesley, I think is his name, and I heard that, and I paused the video, take my earbuds off, just stare off into space for a minute, so my brain's trying to wrap I'm trying to wrap my brain around what I just heard. And Donna's just kind of giving me this look after me, like, hey, you okay? I say nothing, I get up, I go out back, open the door, light up a smoke, and then laugh hysterically for the next 5 minutes. That's all I could do. Because I'm like, why are you mad about this? I don't get it.
Because they're so bubble wrapped, they don't understand. They don't know how to get mad at actual things. They have to start getting mad at things that don't matter.
It's like, look, you got mad. Here's the thing, okay? And I'm like, look, you were getting mad because apparently so many people were sending you rape threats. A guy messages you, says he will not rape you, and you get just as mad about that?
Well, this is the thing. That's bullshit. Basically, this is what happened.
Stop.
600 people like Aerith, like Warblade, basically just said, just stop.
No.
And that was a rape threat.
No,
He's
wait.
raping me right now
No,
by
wait.
interrupting me.
Look,
Do
we've
you
got to
realise
go
that?
off.
Literally
No,
oral rape.
YouTube.
Oral rape.
Hang on. What?
YouTube.
James.
Yes, I know what you want. I know what he wants to say.
Right.
But I'm not.
Hurry up before my fucking thing crashes.
Oh no, I was fine before. I didn't have
Say
anything to
goodbye
say.
to the YouTubes.
Hi,
Everyone's
YouTube.
Yes, and remember this time to put the URL out, would you?
Look,
fucking
yeah,
idiot?
well, you can do it. Listen,
www.aerith.radio.co.uk.warmblade. No, it's Aerith Radio.
.c drive.
It's
Dancing drivers.
aerithradio.co.uk.
Yay!
So that's where you go to listen to the rest, and also all you guys can like show your Twitters and stuff. Go.
Yeah,
Some
I'll do
people
that later.
to the radio station.
I'll do it later. I'm trying to work on a piece for all this.
You can see my face. You can see my face. It's Cable. Look for Cable. He'll find you. Don't find me.
Oh God.
Right, so that's that done. Okay, broadcast is stopping, so you got in and say hurry up and do it. Now.
Go, just end it.